So now, while everybody else is having lunch, we're just going to have a little play in the 12 volt section. Now 12 volt to me is a little bit underrated, quite honestly, because people tend to think of it as a toy, but look at it, it's lovely, easy to hold, lightweight, compact tools. And this is a 12 volt impact driver. We've tested the 18 volt impact drivers up against each other, so it'd be just interesting to see just how we can go with this. And now we've got the Makita, 12 volt Makita. Tell you what, do you want to see me do one after another? That's a lot slower. Hilti. And here we're looking at the 22 volt Hilti, which is the one we tested. So not having a 12 volt, you can see that that storms it. And this is the same again, Milwaukee FUEL, so we don't need to test that. So what should we say? This one and this one are probably about the best, I think. So let's run these two up against each other. Honestly, I wasn't cheating. That's the way it works. Absolutely crazy. So what else we got? Hole saws. Hole saws isn't something that you would normally think of using on 12 volt. Have they got enough torque with this hole saw? So let's just have a go with this one. Put that on there. Oh, guess what? Chuck's not even big enough to take it. So that was the trick there. In order to limit the size of tool that you can put in the 12 volt, they make sure they put a small chuck on it. It's a self-regulating process. So again, we go 12 volt, nice little combi drill, 12 volt with a hole cutter. I like these hole cutters, I use these a lot actually, these Milwaukee hole cutters. Should we go speed 2 with it? Pretty damn good. Impact drivers we've done. What should we do? Bosch versus the hard Makita. Decidedly slower on the Bosch. So that was just to play with a few 12 volt tools, but as you can see, they've got an awful lot more in the range. In the 12 volt, this is growing and growing. One I particularly like is this, with all the angled chucks and all the adapters. You can drill offset and drill straight, drill around corners, and a nice little tool. And this is a 12 volt LED light, actually for hooking under bonnets of cars, vans if you like, when you're working on the engine. And you can see it's got the hooks here to do that. But actually, if you want to use it like this, feel the force. So there you are, that's just a very brief look at the 12 volt range. They've got a lot more coming up in the 12 volt. Oh, let's just look at one last thing that they do in the 12 volt, which I don't know whether this is it or not. The heated jacket. You can actually get a little 12 volt heated jacket here, which for those cold winter days, actually I've worn those heated jackets, a little bit too warm for working in, but certainly nice if you're coming in for lunchtime, you just want to plug in and warm up when you've been out in the cold. So I'm Roger Bisbee, come back and see us soon at Skill Builder. We've got lots more coming up. That's the conclusion of our visit to the annual Heavy Duty Fest with Milwaukee, which is in Copenhagen. Now we're going to go off and enjoy some of the delights of the city.